Good morning, everybody. Hope you have a good day today. I think by now most of you have heard about the air crash, UPS air crash in Louisville, Kentucky, that happened yesterday around 5 o'clock. Uh, Tragedy. They still haven't found all the bodies. They reported 7 dead, and they're still looking. And the governor of Kentucky said the numbers will rise drastically. It had scattered over several miles. I think they estimated 3 miles area that the plane crash occurred over. That's kind of startling. But anyway, on to the facts. Now, this plane was on its way to Hawaii. Last night, Anna and I both watching the news about it. We flipped through several channels, and they all said it was a nonstop flight to Hawaii. The size of the aircraft was MD-11. I'm not sure. I think it's a McDonnell 11, and it can hold 38,000 gallons of fuel. Last night on our news channels, our local news, as well as the world news, they was telling us this plane carried 240,000 gallons of fuel, which is kind of odd. That's a lot of fuel. And, of course, no airplane can carry that much. So I did a little checking. The MD-11 can hold 3,815 gallons of fuel on maximum. Uh, excuse me. It can fly 3,800 miles. It don't. That's it. Uh, it can hold, I forget now, maybe 8,000 gallons of fuel or something like that. It's not very much anyway. It does not have enough to make it to Hawaii on one fueling. I checked that out, guys. So again, we already found out that it's a lie. Two lies now that they don't hold 240,000 gallons of fuel. Also, they cannot make it to Hawaii without a fuel stop, which would have been in California. Here's the thing, guys. This thing scattered over several miles, 3 or 5 miles. I think it's 3 miles scattered over. It was on fire before it left the tarmac, before it lifted up into air, and then it crashed. So what happened? Anyway, the officials are lying to us about everything. They're saying that the distance they could have flown nonstop to Hawaii, the number of gallons that was involved with the fuel has changed drastically, and several other things. And the idea that the plane was on fire before it left the ground is something odd too. Why didn't they stop the flight? Why didn't they abort? A lot of questions, guys. A lot of questions. There's something else in that plane besides what they said is general cargo, no hazardous material. The shelter in place area for around this airport was 5 mile radius in all directions. This morning they reduced it to 1 mile, but I don't know. They have shut off the electricity and gas and utilities to all areas around it, up to a 500 foot or 500 yard, whatever it is. They radius around the airport and the crash area. They shut off power and electricity, gas, and water. They're still working on putting the fires out from last night after 5 o'clock, 5:15, 5:30 is when they started. And yet they have not uncovered all the bodies. Something's up, guys. This plane just don't all of a sudden burst into flames on takeoff. Was it sabotage? Was it carrying hazardous material that they required a 5 mile radius to secure it to make sure nobody got sick? Something's up, guys. And of course, we all know that UPS flies flights for the government, CIA, and et cetera, et cetera. So something to think about, guys. They're lying to us about what's going on with this plane crash. I used to live outside of Louisville, so this is kind of a thing to me. So I'm not sure what's going on, guys, but they ain't telling us the truth. Later, taters.